Hey guys, here's Louis. This is just a quick update to show you guys how the cleaning process is going for the engine, the Pontiac 1968 Pontiac 350, that it's a numbers matching engine to this 1968 Firebird convertible. Well, if you guys are regular subscribers and regular viewers, you will see that in the video before this one, I broke the engine down as far as of what you see here, okay? And she was a filthy pig. There goes some of the evidence. And some of the evidence right here on this pan. And a whole lot of shop rags that I threw away already. So I used the cleaning products like I show you guys that I use. The Easy Off oven cleaner, the brake fluid, okay, the scrapers, the different type of brushes that I use, and all that kind of stuff. And let me tell you something. Here's the evidence. Look at how all that works. This was a really nasty sludge all over this engine, okay? If you remember, and you also will see the pictures in the beginning of the video, okay, right here was so disgusting, all right? Where the valley pan goes on the top, on the underneath, where all the lifters live and all that was disgusting. I barely could have made out that 50, which stands for a Pontiac 350. If you have a 400, it will be 00. A 455, 55. Well, I'm happy to say that a lot of it, and I mean 90-something%, it's off, as you can see right here in the video. Okay, I still have this part to go and clean all that out. All right, I'm gonna be home ohming. You know, if you ever seen those homes that you can hose the cylinders out by putting in a drill, I'm gonna be doing all of that stuff to it. I won't be taking out, guys, trust me, believe me. I saw you guys comment and I am 100% with you guys. I agree. The proper thing to do to the engine is send it out and get it at least the block clean and ring the pistons, brand new rings and all that stuff, and possibly even a full rebuild on the engine. But we have to consider one thing, and that one thing is that I respect everybody's budget. Everybody's budget is not the same. Okay, this gentleman been waiting for years to get back to his car. Okay, he's not mechanically inclined. He don't know nothing to do with body work or metal work or nothing like that. And he just want a solid driver. And that's why I'm not touching the body on this car for now anyways. He just wants a car that he could drive and enjoy around town. Okay, and his budget is just to get a refresh. That's why he wanted me to get it started first and see how that sounded and look for some crazy leaks and stuff like that. And so far, she passed the test. I did have it on. This is a video I never uploaded, but I shared it with a couple of people, especially with the owner. And I actually had this car running for a little bit with a gas jug at the front of the car. Okay, and let me tell you something. Did she smoke? Yes, she smoked. She was all turned off for 45 years, but the smoke wasn't bad at all. And as she was running, it was clearing up. She was making some noise like these old cars do on the rockers, the clattering. But I'm pretty sure after a couple of heat cycles, she probably would have quieted down. But I'm happy also I did not run it for too long, because with all that sludge in the engine and the oil pan that was there, it just needed to get loose to clog up the engine. And honestly, she would have eventually just broken down, okay, because she would have been clogged up, the screen maybe even clogged up, the oil galleys and all that stuff clogged up. But I have done this before to a Pontiac engine. The same steps I'm taking now. I have done this before, and let me tell you something. Believe it or not, my engines are still running. Okay, I have done a basic freshen up at the house, and they have been running nice and strong, okay, and for a long time. So I'm just going with the same system. It's a budget friendly system. If you have that kind of big budget that you want to send it out to go get it rebuilt, God bless you, and go ahead and do it, because that's what I would recommend anyway. But and if it was my engine, I would definitely I would dig more deep into the engine build, is what I'm trying to say. But as for now, this is just an old school refresh. If you want to call it a backyard rebuild, you could call it that. But here it goes, okay? And as you can see, the block is going to look awesome once it's 100% cleaned. Okay, I took out all the lifters. All right, they did not fight me to take them out. That's a plus, because I have in the past lifters that don't want to come out, and this one did not fight me. I just had to work them in and out, and the way I worked them in and out, I sprayed some PB blaster, let them sit. I popped them from the bottom side. I popped them back down, popped them back up, popped them back down, and around 4 tries, they was out. Okay, I ran through all the oil galleys there that the oils will be traveling through, and let me tell you something, everything so far is coming out nice and clean. A whole bunch of parts has been ordered for this engine, and that's double timing chain gear set, brand new oil pump. I have a whole bunch of like a gasket kit that was bought for the engine, a lot of things. And I'm gonna do a rope seal on this car, a graphite rope seal, on this engine, sorry, because it was recommended by an engine builder here in PA that I happen to be touching base back and forth. Nice, helpful guy. And even he knows what I'm doing to the engine. And the first thing, of course, he asked me, well, did it run? And I said, yes. And he said, yeah, I also seen in my lifetime a lot of these old engines come and turn back around with no issues for a long time. Well, a lot of things did get ordered. I really hope that I could fit in my time to film these things, because I really feel it will help a lot of you guys out there that want to get your own hands dirty and do this right at home. Okay, and it's doable. Is it a whole lot of work? Yes. And even you doing it at home, you're gonna see how fast things add up. It's a lot of money. Okay, a whole lot of money. I think the market now for a Pontiac engine to get fully rebuilt and assembled at the machine shop, you're looking at close to $5,000. Okay, and that's here. I don't know, somewhere else might be a little cheaper, but that's here in PA. It's really close to $10,000, if not $10,000. Okay, so that's a lot of money. Not everybody could afford that, and I understand that, and I respect it. So here it goes, something that you could possibly do if you know the engine is not stuck, and if the engine was running with no issues, right? I still have the heads to go through. I will go through the whole heads. I will do everything impossible that I could do right here in the garage to clean this up and lap the valves and all that kind of good stuff. Clean all this gunk out and put her back. Valve seals and all that's gonna be done to those heads. I have the table here, whole bunch of parts still to clean, including the oil pan. Believe it or not, this oil and this sludge saved a lot of stuff on that engine, because all the bolts was able to come out while fighting me. I was able to break it down like this with no problem. Nothing was too crazy. These 3 studs are stuck in the block. I'm pretty sure if I give it some heat treatments and soak it and stuff like that, I could probably get them to break loose, but guess what? I ain't gonna stress myself out, because actually having them like this, it's a good point, and they're gonna go right back like that to line up your timing cover when you're gonna go right back. So I'm leaving that. I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm just happy that the timing cover came out with no issues. It's gonna have a harmonic balancer. I explained that in the other video too. A lot of things are gonna be our order already for this engine. So just try to be organized, guys. You see, since I'm reusing the lifters, the original lifters, and I ain't touching no camshaft or nothing like that, you have to be organized. So when you take one out, it have to go right back to the same spot you took it out. And I did this before, and these are the trays that I have used. I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, I did a 400 like that. That's in my 69 Firebird. And I'm going to break down the whole lifter. If you want to watch the video, I could probably show how to do it on the video. But I'm going to break down the whole lifter, clean the whole lifter up, pump the lifters, and make sure they're nice and ready to go. These lifters did pump on the engine, because when I primed it, everything was pumped up nice. Okay. And I'm going to put the lifters back together and back on the engine. I mean, if you want to watch the video step by step, let me know, and I will probably just go ahead and do that, because I feel it's important to share the knowledge. And not only that, I remember when I first started all this, you know, and I was nervous, and I ain't know too much here and there, the things that I know now. But I feel you. I feel your pain. I've been there, done that. We all get better as we go. Okay. So I'm there. I'm always willing to help people. Trust me. I'm there for you guys. So just be organized the way this is, and you shouldn't have a problem. Okay. Anything you take out, you put it back exactly where you took it out from. Well, guys, it's a late night for me, and I work tomorrow morning. It's almost 11 o'clock here in Pennsylvania p.m. And look at what time I have to get my hands dirty to get things done, because I'm a regular Joe. I still got a full-time job, full-time daddy, full-time husband, and a house to take care of. Well, guys, I'm going to keep the videos coming. Keep those comments coming. I hope you enjoyed this kind of segment on getting an old Pontiac cleaned up and put back together, so it could have a new miles on the road to catch up with. Here's Louis from First Generation Garage, and like I always say, keep your hands dirty and your project will move forward. Take care now. Bye-bye.